Another perk in the series is the brona. Hello. Welcome to the channel. This is Purple Flame who just got off an emotional roller coaster ride called TP Season 2. And I thought I'd give a review while it's still fresh in my mind, although I really doubt I will be forgetting the drama series anytime soon. For this review, the first part will be a general non-spoiler review, and when I move into the spoiler section, I will make sure to leave a mark, so fair warning. And I really don't like giving spoilers, so if you're here for spoilers, shh, shoo, 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 shoo. Okay, moving into the review. Alright, so the DP drama series is a series that deals with a very heavy topic, but it's well presented, it's well paced, it's well shot. But both seasons will play with your emotions quite a lot. It, like, right off the bat, they're going to introduce you to circumstances that are so unfair, and it's going to frustrate you, it's going to anger you, and you will be like, ugh. But then the good thing with the drama is, both seasons, is that they balance it very well with comedic aspects, without which honestly I'd feel like our minds would just get tired really fast if it was all just serious stuff. I always thought that I wouldn't enjoy dark humor, but some of these series have been proving me wrong, and one of them is DP. And I realize you really need the humor in these, especially in dark times. So I really appreciate the humor that was brought into this. It made the topic a little more, I wouldn't say the topic more digestible. It made the series a little more bearable. It's a very good series, but if it was all heavy, I don't know, I wouldn't make it till the end. Another major perk of watching the drama series is that you get to see the bromance between Anjuno and Han Hoyol. Their romance is going as strong as ever, and it is a joy to watch in this season as it was in season 1. And the other characters that are also getting close are Sukku's character, In Jisoo, and Pak Bonggu and Pak Bonggu. So these are other two characters that are also kind of getting close, which was interesting to watch. And while you're watching all this nice light-hearted moments, and enjoying it and getting comfortable, bam, the season is going to throw you off that pedestal and throw you into a grinder. I am honestly glad that the season had only 6 episodes, because I have no idea if I could survive any more of this. I don't know how much more of this I can take. The seasons were pretty much swatting me around, okay, from one end till the other. My emotions were up and down all over the place. However, it was because of all this swatting around that I talked about that made the drama series so much better, so memorable. Um, it's definitely one to watch, and I highly recommend it. However, you have to uh, go into this knowing that it is a heavy topic, and it does contain some graphic scenes of violence as well as physical and emotional abuse. So if this is something that could potentially trigger you, it's better to stay away. But otherwise, please do watch it, because it's a really good series. And this was the general non-spoiler review. So from now on, the things that I might say are potential spoilers. So please come back after watching the drama again. Shoo, like giving spoilers. So here it is, the mark that I was talking about. How do you do that? Spoiler review. So season 2 begins right where season 1 stops, and I'm assuming everyone did watch season 1 by now. In fact, the episode 1 of season 2 is numbered 7, like as a direct continuation to it, and it starts off quite intense. Like the repercussions from what was happening in season 1 is moving into like season 2, and it stopped, the last season stopped at a very tense situation, and the audience is curious as to what's going to happen and what the outcome of it all is. And what we actually see is or what we actually get is more anxiety, to be honest, like right off the bat. That's what I'm talking about here. This is what this trauma is doing to you. In season 2, right off the beginning, they're all still dealing with the trauma that came from season 1, right? That came from like the events that happened in season 1. And I wanted season 2 to be about payback time, to be honest. And but then that's not how it works, is it? It's not like I switched off season 1 and then I switched on season 1 and I switched off season 1 and switched to season 2, and suddenly everyone's getting what they deserved. But no, that although as much as that's what I wanted, that's not what happens, because nothing much has changed. And to be honest, that is that like builds our rage. Okay, Juno looks ready to snap most of the beginning of season 2, because he's still facing, nothing has changed anywhere, and there's still a lot of abuse going on, and he's also getting some of that abuse. He keeps quiet, but he looks ready to snap. He's gone through so much, and to be honest, I wanted him to snap and dish out some justice or something to everyone, because nothing's changed. But then again, I was afraid that Juno would actually snap, because would it really end in a nice way? We just saw what happened when someone snapped in season 1, and that is not how I want this to end, right? This is not how we want this to end. And obviously violence is not the answer, but it's just so frustrating. Like rage, that's the major emotion you feel when you get right into the season. And they did this in season 1, and in season 2 I'm just like, oh no, I have got into this seriously. And the first 2 episodes builds on that rage, and all I'm thinking is just give the guys a break. But no, it's always the victims. Even in season 2, it's always the victims that are suffering. They are always there getting the short end of the stick. So that was quite frustrating to watch, and they are getting hurt over and over again, and none of them are being able to do anything, including anyone who's supporting them. It's just like, where's the chance? Where's that? That's what I wanted season 2 to be about, like right off the bat, but that's not what they gave us. So like while the season starts with this intense scenes, it stays true to its trope in season 1, where it went like it suddenly went into all this lightheartedness. Not complete lightheartedness, but I'm talking about the comic element. Finally some humor. I can now breathe. Like all that rage gets to calm down. Otherwise I would have lost it. So that was well timed, and it had some really good comic scenes, especially when they were going after the tiger gang, and the entire scene about the password and all that. That was hilarious. The chase scene that follows is one of my absolute favorites. Like, we have seen a lot of chase scenes, right? There's like on foot car chase scenes and all that, but this bicycle chase scene was really entertaining. It was refreshing and I enjoyed every second of it. In season 1, along with Juno's and Hoyun's chemistry, I had found the relationship between Im Ji-seop and Park Bong-goo's relationship also quite interesting. They had this they had this power struggle between them, if I may say so. And in that context, it seemed very petty. Like there was so much serious stuff going on, but and in this season, they get close. They get closer, which was quite interesting to watch. Talking about Im Ji-seo, the way that character, first of all, I always think that he gets beaten up quite a lot. Like he always does something to get beaten up, and should I say he gets played easily whenever he's playing it safe or whenever he gives into emotions. I feel like he's taken advantage of. I wouldn't say it's entirely his fault, but it is still his. Some of it is still his fault, and he's always like beaten up and bested. And it was interesting to see the flows in the characters, like whether it's his character or everyone else's. Actually, it was quite interesting to see their flows and how they kind of overcome it. Like, I think one of the major differences between the good guys and the bad guys, it's a very huge generalization, but it's the fact that the good guys kind of want to change. Whatever flows they have or whatever it's not working for the greater good or something, they still try to change it. Like I felt that with Sukku's character, he did give in a lot to to the pressure from like authorities, but the way he grew out of it and started like speaking up for, standing up for himself, not himself, but standing up for something he believes in, that was quite interesting to watch. I feel like his I wouldn't say arc per se, but his was the arc. Like the other three main characters, I felt like they were already there. They were already fighting against the system, but then Sukku was like, he was still in between somewhere, not decided, that kind of thing. And then finally he got to, actually standing with them. That was quite interesting to watch. And again, while the drama is taking you on these nice feelings and nice path of enjoying all this, light laughs, and again you've become somewhat comfortable, right? But it's gonna smack you with more emotions every time you feel like the good guys are winning, right? I'm saying this like every time you're like, yes, this is going the way we want, finally. No, nope, you were wrong. You are absolutely wrong. The drama is going to throw a hurdle at the good guys, and you're just going to be, oh, why? I don't know. I guess that's how life works. I have no idea, but my emotions just kept going left, right, center. I have no idea. Talking about emotional stuff, that episode with the character called Nina, I think the full name is supposed to be Jung Nina. I mean, there's another name, but Jung Nina. Oof. What was that? I don't know. There's so much intense scenes. I am already like raging mad at something, and then you go and dump all this sadness on me, and I am left with nothing more to feel. Okay, that's what you think when you see it. I mean, Nina's already faced a lot, okay? Just because Nina's different, you can see that this character has suffered a lot, right? Before joining the military, after joining the military, after deserting, like what is that life? I mean, working, what is that life? So much struggle already going on, right? And you're rooting for Nina, and you are hoping against all hopes that the two DPs will let Nina be. But there's a huge twist. What's the twist? Nina is the cause of Han Hoyul's trauma with blades, knives. And you know, although Han Hoyle is really not a bad guy, it's understandable that he would want to, you know, capture Nina. But despite all that, we're like, let's see how this goes. Nina needs a break, right? And Nina's getting that break. And then that happens. I mean, see, I I had this inkling that it was just the machine at the airport, that it was just really the machine. I mean, I was praying that he would calm down. I understood why he ran away. I really did. But I also had an inkling it was the machine, and I just wanted to scream at him to stay there, but he didn't. He ran, and I'm just like, so close. Okay, we're talking like a few meters away, and Nina is free. Like, everything that Nina ever wanted was just a few meters away. And why would you give me that sort of scene? I don't know, that kind of broke me a little. Oh, I know, I spent a lot of time talking about that, but it was a lot. And it was very well accompanied by the music. That voice, that actor's voice, that song, those lyrics, what are those? Seriously, they were so apt, and I felt that about the music for both seasons. Season 1 and season 2 had really good music, and it's the OST is something you guys should listen to. It's amazing. But I felt it the most in this episode. And another place I thought the music was so apt was when Injisop and Juno were going to the border area, right? Right when they were reaching the base, and they could see, they could see the building. It was like on top of a hill. It really looked like it was some kind of haunted palace on top of a hill, like a fairy tale, that kind of thing. And the music just painted that kind of picture. Okay, that it was. Once you see that scene, you'll get what I mean. So I think the music really built well. There wasn't too much of it, but whatever was there was built in really well for the for each and every scene that was present. Talking about the border area, that was where Sukku found out about the truth about his friend, right? And it was it was interesting. It was interesting to see the process during the investigation, because you could see him so worked up, and he was extremely emotional, and Juno was always there trying to like calm him down, but he let his emotions take over. And when he learned the truth, how he dealt with it, and how he processed it, that was quite interesting to watch. Like, just how each and every character, like his especially, changed. They have all changed from season 1. After all, there were so many incidents that keep changing them over and over again. So each character and how they deal with things and how they grow, that was very interesting to watch. We have many new characters in this season, right? And like major players, but most of them were there, and they made other people's life so much hard. And most of the new players are actually the villains. And it was interesting to see all their different ambitions, and how the different ways that they take to reach those ambitions, or to reach that their individual goals, was quite interesting. And each of the actors played their role so well, especially this guy. Let me just look him up. The actor Jung Sukkyun, who played the officer Omingwo. He, I have seen him in as the funny guy in a lot of series, and in this I have seen him in a few villain roles, but in this he was outright smug, and I just wanted to wipe that off his face somehow. He was quiet, okay, he was quiet, and he was really good at fighting, but God, did I hate him. I hated him so much. And there was this scene right after the train fight where Juno escaped, and he was hitting Hoyola, right? And Pak Bungu comes in, right, and stops him from beating up Hoyol, and he slaps Pak Bungu, right? I was so pissed, okay. And when he asked who's going to take responsibility, and uh, Pak Bungu was like, I will. I wanted him to return the slap and be like, since I'm taking responsibility anyway, I'll just, give you a slap back. I know it wasn't very realistic, but I seriously, like, especially at that scene, I still remember I really wanted him to give that slap back. But that's not how it works, right? It would be insubordination. And I was like, no. So the villains pretty much, I feel like one of their main agenda was to pit each colleague against each other. It was a theme that kept recurring where everyone keeps asking, like, you live and eat and train together and you still treat each other like this, and pitting each other, like, pitting one colleague against another. It was a recurring theme. Even our third DP, the one who was in season 1, when he came back, the actor Go Kyung Pyo. Oh, his name is a little hard. Blah, blah. The character's name is Pak Sung-woo. So Pak Sung-woo's character, right, when he came back to supposedly take revenge on Juno, right, and they were having this last final fight, and Juno's like, you're doing this because you feel guilty, right? To be honest, deep down you also feel guilty. And when he apologized to him, he didn't like it because it was this whole mixed bag of emotions, and he didn't get to process them. He was like immediately the bad guy, and he was like, now he has to take revenge on Juno. It was all this mixed mess of things that they could never resolve because they're always supposed to fight each other, that kind of thing. He's on that side, I'm on this side, this is the only way I can survive, that kind of thing. And this brings me to the cast, okay. I've mentioned this before, but I think the cast was so well planned. Each and every role, and I'm not talking about only the main roles, I'm talking about each and every supporting character. They play their roles so well. I hated everyone I was supposed to hate. I cheered for everyone I was supposed to cheer. I felt sorry for everyone I was supposed to feel sorry for. Like, they were well written characters, and the cast, the actors, like, did a tremendous job, with them. There were quite a few returning actors, like the lady who stole Juno's money and ran. What's that actress's name? I forgot the actress's name. There were also like new characters, there were returning characters. I was happy to see all of them. And the fact that the bad guys played the bad guys so well that, like I said, I just wanted to like squeeze them and make them disappear. That kind of feeling. I am quite appreciative of all the effort that went into making this, like the actors, the crew, the director, everyone, because it made me feel emotions, and quite intense emotions, and it was actually a really fun ride, to be honest. And towards the end of the drama, I was quite nervous because I no longer trusted the drama, in the sense I knew that when things keep going good, they keep throwing hurdles and bad things back. So till the very last moment, I was like, are we going to get some kind of justice, like even a little bit, or is this just going to be one of those cases where they're like, man, that's life, the good guys don't always win. I'm like, please let the good guys win, please, please, please. I did not watch all of this for and I was like, how do I trust this drama? What if they throw another major hurdle right at the end? I was so nervous, and I was like, will they make it to the court? Will they? Won't they? But they did. But they did. And that was, oh, that felt so good. I mean, see, quite a lot of repercussions did follow. Um, it was a major decision, right? Like, especially Pak Bong's character, when he said that he's going to like take the blame for everything. It's basically what was the word for it? Whistleblowing. And whistleblowers are looked down on every industry, every field, even if they're fighting against a system that's what's the word for it? That's it's like um, stepping on others, what, downtroding others. So even if the system is downtroding on others, and they like they complain against it, whistleblowers are always looked down upon. They're always like in danger. They always face some kind of discrimination. So it's a huge deal, and they had to face like problems because of it. But at the end of it, it was worth it. They didn't make this huge change that suddenly from tomorrow onwards everything's going to be fine, this, that. In fact, even in the one of the last scenes, Juno asks, is this really right? I mean, not much has changed. What we did, is it? But then the officer says, we didn't lose, did we? We didn't win probably, but we didn't lose. And that really is it's a major win, to be honest. It's a major achievement. The fact that they could make it to the court, the fact that the court held the state liable, at least in the verdict, was a huge win. And the family members did get some kind of answer, right? So it's a starting. And whenever it's a fight against a system, a huge system, whether it's like a caste system, it's a class system, a race system, what other system was I going to say? Whatever system it is, when you're fighting against it, even the littlest wins helps. And there is no one win that's going to be like, okay, from tomorrow onwards everything's changed. No. Like, there's so many systems like this over the years that people have been fighting, humans have been fighting against, day by day, month by month, year, decades, centuries, and we're still fighting. But the fact is that we have to keep doing it. So the little wins, that's what matters. And this is what DP did here, like in the last thing. They made a tiny change. What it will bring about is still to be seen. There was this last scene, again, another scene that totally there was this scene again, the drama put in there, that again kind of smacks reality in your face. While there was all this niceness, I mean all this happiness of winning against the bad guys, there's a scene where Juno is going back to the base and he sees the bully having a normal life. He's, I think, going to college, I don't know, going to study or something. And he's having a normal life with his normal friends and living a life without any consequences, right? He was happy with his life. Like, it kind of highlights that it's always the victim that gets, that has to live life differently. Whether a person gets punished or not, the victim will always be affected. Here we have the bully who's living his life normally, and the fact that he never apologized, even when he was kidnapped. I mean, he did try because his life was in danger, but the fact that he didn't apologize sincerely even once, and that he's living his life without remorse, that is even worse. The victim is suffering, has suffered so much. Their family would suffer so much. His reputation, his mind, his body, everything, his friends around him. And then we have this bully who's like, all normal. So it's a reality that's quite, hard. And DP puts in that scene. And you're like, right, we won, but there's still stuff like this going on. I mean, that's just unfair. But then again, DP did this thing where they gave us that last scene where his friend, Juno's friend, the character called Wong, the one who, went through all that in season 1, he he reunites with Juno, and although he's faced quite a lot of trauma and probably will continue to have a lot of problems in life, the fact that he's alive and he got to see Juno and Juno got to see him, I don't know, it ends in a very hopeful note, which is quite something that I am thankful for from the drama. Like I was always afraid that while they keep giving these reality checks, they might do something that completely destroys me. But thankfully, they did not, and the drama ended on quite a nice note. And it was a ride. It was an amazing journey from season 1, episode 1 to now, and I am thankful for the duration of it. 6 episodes. I had enough of 6 episodes. I had enough of this 6 episodes. I am glad that it is over, and I am glad that I got to see something like this. So I hope you all enjoyed the drama, and as much as I did, or even more than I did. So those of you who have not checked out the drama, you really should go check out the drama. I hope you're not here for I hope you're actually not here and have gone and watched the drama and not listen to all the spoilers. But yeah, and like people who would like this drama, this especially with this kind of topic like the military and the military fighting against the system, I feel like you might like Military Doberman. It's not as serious as DP, I would say. It is still serious, but is it called Military Prosecutor Doberman or 1 second? Ah yes, it's called Military Prosecutor Doberman, and I kind of enjoyed it too. It's a little longer than DP. I think it's 16 episodes if I'm right. It's 16 episodes, and I wouldn't say it is as intense as DP, but it has like similar tropes, and I feel like if you enjoyed DP, you would also enjoy that. So you should watch that. And for those of you who like dark humor and would like to see a little more dark humor, you can watch Prison Playbook. Again, it is kind of lighter than this, but it's not extremely light, but it's one of my favorite directors, so please go watch it. And bonus, Jung is in it, so I highly recommend Prison Playbook. It is one of my absolute favorite dramas, so please do watch that. So one I would recommend is Military Prosecutor Doberman, which is the same, military fighting against the system, that kind of thing, and Prison Playbook, because I thought, if you'd like the dark humor in this, you might also like that. It has a little more humor. It also has Jinhee. And so let me know if you enjoyed the video, and any thoughts about the drama in the comments, please. Thank you so much for hanging out. Bye. I will see you later with a next trailer reaction or a review. Bye bye.